If you fall off a skyscraper, there are a few things you can do to increase your chances of survival. First, relax your body by moving your arms and legs to keep them loose. Then aim to land on something that can break your fall like a tree instead of the concrete. If possible, position yourself to land on your feet to distribute the shock through your legs, but try to roll upon impact to reduce injury.
If you fire a bullet that ricocheted off of tree platform, some people think it could come back and kill the shooter. But is this actually possible? Well, first, the bullet will need to hit at just the right angle to be redirected back, and each of these hits would cause it to lose large amount of energy and speed. It could technically come back and hit you, but it would not longer be at a lethal speed.
We have probably all seen this magic trick before. In this trick, it appears as if the magician is holding a real, living hand. However, the secret behind it is that it is actually an artificial prop inside which the magician inserts their own hand. As a result, it looks as though the magician is holding a real, living hand.
If you shot a bullet at an axe, most people think it would just split in half, but that's not exactly what would happen. See, splitting the bullet in half would be most impossible because the axe must be perfectly aligned with the bullet. And even if you did manage to shoot it perfectly aligned, most bullets are made of softer material than the axe, causing it to shatter.
If you shoot a gun straight up into the air, gravity and air resistance will slow it down until it stops briefly at its peak. Then it starts depending quickly gaining speed. As it accelerates back down, the bullet will reach its terminal velocity, and depending on the type, it can be traveling as fast as 200 miles per hour. Now, this is plenty fast enough to cause serious harm or death if it were to hit someone, and because this type of celebratory shooting typically happens in groups, the probability of mishap is unfortunately high. If you find yourself in a room with walls closing in, most people will immediately begin to panic. But this wastes time and energy. Instead, look for any mechanism or button that might stop the walls. If you can't find one, use enable objects to wedges between where the walls are moving, providing more resistance. To slow them down, if that fails, try climbing up and find a space above the moving walls where you can escape the crushing force. If you shot a gun into a body of water, some people think it will completely stop the bullet. But is this actually true? Well, water is much more dense than air, and this can make the bullet rapidly lose speed and energy, usually stopping within just a few feet. But if you threw in a grenade, this change in density has less of an effect, and it will still cause a powerful underwater explosion, creating dangerous shockwave. A soldier leg would be pierced with sharpened bamboo sticks if they stepped on this hidden pit during the Vietnam War. Another common trap was grenade hidden in a can. It would be connected to trip wire placed at the ground, and once the soldier accidentally walked into it, the wire would pull the pin on the grenade attached to one of the ends. Next, ammunition is placed a hole with a spring beneath it. When stepped on, the ammunition fires against the soldier's foot.
In 1974, Ronaldo DeFeo Jr. brutally murdered 6 members of his family. Later, in 1975, the Lotus family moved into the house. Among the Lotus family's experience were door and windows opening and closing on their own, a sticky green substance oozing from the walls, and the youngest daughter conversing with an invisible entity. Additionally, Kathy Lotus discovered a hidden red room in the basement from which a foul odor emanated. These events terrified the Lotus family, and they were forced to leave the house.